Once in elementary school, my teacher almost called the police because of me, because I brought a Ziploc bag with blood, hair, and ground meat, and when she asked me what it was, I told her, it's from my dog. The teacher turned pale and screamed,
"What did you do to your— Go on!"
And she ran to the principal's office. Then the principal, 2 teachers, and the janitor surrounded me as I cried. I explained to them that my dog had been run over and died last night, and my mom picked up the remains in a bag to bury him, but I grabbed that bag without checking. Then the principal called my mom, trembling, and my mom answered.
"What do you mean? The dog is here barking with me."
Everyone fell silent, looking at each other. Then they checked the bag more carefully, and it said, "For Firulais," written with a marker, and it was his raw food that my dad had bought at the butcher shop. They deducted 5 points from my grades for values because I was called a liar, which was traumatizing, and the teacher asked to switch to a different class. Bringing a bag of ground meat and claiming it was my dog traumatized half the school. Then we moved on to another childhood fear, thinking they'd cut off my fingers because of super glue. Because once when I was 6 years old, my brother El Bolillo told me they were going to cut off my fingers and that I was going to end up with stumps. Because while playing, I accidentally glued 3 of my fingers together with super glue. So I was alone with my brother at home because my mom had gone out to buy hamburgers and I was there, bored. And I grabbed super glue and put it on my fingers thinking it wouldn't stick that much. But when I tried to separate them, I couldn't, and it even hurt. So I yelled at Bolillo,
"Bolillo, help me! I glued my— Help me!"
But that damn guy, instead of helping me, made fun of me and said,
"No way, man, we're gonna have to cut your fingers off."
And I started crying, but in the end, my mom showed up and helped me, and she smacked Bolillo on the head for scaring me. And people only understand when you hit them. My brother made me cry by saying they were going to leave me crippled. Although the real misfortune came later when some thieves stole my Xbox and even took my yogurts in my own house. Since once, when I was a kid, my dad had left me and given me an Xbox and a laptop. But one day, someone broke into my house because we always left the door open. And my little dog Mickey, who's a Chihuahua and thinks he's a Doberman, was the house guard. Then, one afternoon, we heard strange noises in the yard. And then some jerks broke in to steal. When Mrs. Lubia, who cleans the house, was inside, the poor lady was tied up and they took my Xbox, 2 fancy TVs, and the new laptop my dad hadn't even finished paying for. But the most humiliating thing is that those filthy jerks drank my Yoplait yogurts from the fridge and left the trash lying there. Having your Xbox stolen is bad enough, but leaving yogurt trash behind just adds insult to injury. And even so, later on, I had to organize an operation to get my electric toy car back because once when my godmother Diamantina gave me an electric toy car as a gift, my little cousin Tizok turned green with envy. But the worst part came later. My cousin Chanok, who is an official partner in bad ideas, convinced Tizok to kidnap my toy car and hide it at my uncle Chompira's house. So we carried out a Paw Patrol commando operation with my buddy Camaro, Shrimp Without, and the little barrel to get it back. But when we got there, my uncle Chompiras had already modified it with speakers, lights, neon, and even fake turbines. The worst part is he now charges 100 pesos for the ride and it isn't even his. Getting my little car back ended up feeling like a Paw Patrol mission with organized crime in the family, and at another party, the crime was even worse. A drunk guy stole the chocolate cake, so one time I was at the Cringe Girls party and we were all screaming with excitement because it was finally cake time. But a drunk guy crashed the party and stole it. But the worst part is that it was a giant chocolate cake that smelled like heaven. So we went and checked the cameras to see, and everyone screamed. That's when Condorito stole the cake and we all ran out of the party to get it back. But when we got there, we saw it all thrown on the sidewalk with half the cake already eaten, and we asked him, "Why did you do that?" And he said it was because he hadn't eaten in 2 days and we felt bad, so we even gave him a plate of food and some candy and we let him have the stolen cake. He ended up getting sympathy and free food. That didn't happen to me when a spicy taco almost sent me running to the bathroom like a soul being chased. It turns out that once, a taco almost earned me a VIP pass to the afterlife. I was at the taco place with my girlfriend and trying to be brave, ordered the world's spiciest taco. And my girlfriend told me, "No, don't be stupid, you're gonna shit yourself." But since I'm stubborn, I told the waiter, "And bring me the red sauce too, to hell with it." And with the first bite, everything was fine. But with the second, I felt like my tongue was doing Zumba in hell. And there I was, all sweaty like a pig in a sauna, while my girlfriend was recording me. And I was like, "Thanks for the support, my love. That's why I love you." Then my stomach said, "This is as far as I go. I'm out, buddy." And I ran to the bathroom like the devil was chasing me. Subscribe and tell me in the comments if this has happened to you too.
Oh my god, I'm about to crap myself. It's coming out. Oh.
Surviving a hellish hot sauce was already enough. Although in middle school, my biggest danger was a little note that everyone took as a school threat. What happened is that once in middle school, my teachers hated me to death because I threatened the school with a crazy little note I wrote because we were in class. And the annoying teacher came into the classroom and said, "Today there's a pop quiz, slackers." So I, all nervous, wrote a post-it note that said, "If things go badly for me today, there will be consequences tomorrow," because I thought it sounded like Terminator. But the nosy kid in the class read it, opened his eyes wide and shouted, "T-share!"
Manuel brought a threatening note.
Then the teacher came to my desk, furious, read the post-it, and called the assistant principal who told me, "What consequences, young man?" And I was like, "Well, is my mom gonna beat me up, sir?" And the worst part is that those idiots told me they thought I was going to start an American-style brawl at school. The post-it ended up being just about my fear of my mom's sandal. And years later, I also misunderstood something even worse. I thought my mom was praying to strange gods in Guanajuato. And there was a time when I thought my mom had stopped believing in God and I thought she was going to go to hell. Because we were traveling in Guanajuato and one night we went out to walk around downtown. But then I saw my mom kneel down at a store that had relics of other gods like Buddha, Tlaloc, Zeus, Ganesha, and so on. So I went up to her and said, "Mom,
What are you doing? We just went to mass and...
are you already praying to other gods?" And then my mom says, "Son, kneel down, it's the city cathedral." But actually, it wasn't the city cathedral. It was a handicraft store. And next to us, there were some people who started looking at us weird. And my mom got up embarrassed saying, "Oh, it's just that there used to be a church there. But that was a lie. Repent, son of the devil." They confused the handicraft store with a cathedral. It was embarrassing. And to top it off, there's the time I made my mom spend 5,000 pesos on Dragon Ball, buying on Amazon. Japan. Forgetting one small detail. I don't know Japanese. It all started when one time my mom thought I didn't have a brain or that I had an IQ of one. Because I made her spend 5,000 pesos on something that ended up being useless to me because it was in another language, since I wanted all the Dragon Ball volumes plus special editions, but they only sold them on Amazon Japan. So I said, "Mom,
Buy me this, and I won't ask you for anything else again. And also, I'll wash the dishes for...
a year," and she agreed. But then when the package arrived, I saw and realized that everything was in Japanese. And I don't know Japanese. But I didn't consider that if I bought it on Amazon Japan, it would arrive in Japanese, not in Spanish. Are you okay, Peko? Okay, fish. Mama, I'm a criminal.
Mama, I'm a criminal. Mama, I'm a criminal. Mama.